Hub. Myself Chini Desai, and today I am going to give an introduction to microbiology. First, introduction. What is microbiology? Microbiology is the study of microorganisms, that is, the organisms less than 1 mm in diameter, which can be observed only through microscope. Most of the organisms are harmless. 99% are good. For example, cyanobacteria, that is, blue-green algae. 1% are bad. For example, pathogens. Introduction. Microbiology may be interested in specific types of organisms. Now, the word logy means study. So, virology means viruses. Bacteriology, that is the study of bacteria. Phycology, that is study of algae. Mycology, study of fungi. And protozoology, that is protozoa. Microbiologists may have a more applied focus on medical microbiology, including immunology, food and dairy microbiology, public health microbiology, that is epidemiology, industrial microbiology, and agricultural microbiology. Microbiologists may be interested in various characteristics or activities of microorganisms, that is, microbial morphology. Morphology means study of external characters like structure, shape, size, etc. Microbial cytology, that is, study of cell including its nucleus and all. Microbial physiology includes its normal functions and their parts. Microbial ecology, meaning their relations with other organisms and environment. Microbial genetics and molecular biology, that is, its DNA, RNA, etc. Microbial taxonomy. Taxonomy means the classification of microorganisms, that is, systematics. Second, historical perspective. Cells were first observed by Robert Hooke and microbes by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Robert Hooke's discovery, that is cells, one of the most important discoveries of biology, occurred in 1665 with the help of crude microscope. Hooke stated that life's smallest structural units were cells. Cell, that is the little boxes. Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He was the first person to observe bacteria by using single lens microscope. This microscope was made, or we can say invented, by Antony van Leeuwenhoek, that is single lens microscope. Early compound microscope, beautifully crafted but had severe chromatic distortion. Simple microscopes gave better resolution. Microscopic observations by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. You can see that he observed cells like white blood cells, red blood cells, yeast cells, sperm cells, and bacteria cells. Third, biogenesis versus spontaneous generation. Spontaneous generation versus biogenesis, there occurred a great debate between Redi, Needham, Spallanzani, Virchow, Schauer, and Pasteur. Spontaneous generation. Aristotle said any damp body gives rise to living things. Herodotus said living organisms could arise from non-living matter. For example, he said that crocodiles from mud. When Helmont, he said that small animals only, that maggots from meat, mice from feed, like that. Spontaneous generation, early belief that some forms of life could arise from vital forces present in non-living or decomposing matter, that is abiogenesis. In other words, organisms can arise from non-living matter. लेविस ज़ेबलर, अब उसने क्या किया? उसने एक हीटेड कंटेनर को हवा में बंद रखा और दूसरे को हवा में खुला. Then observation came. जो कंटेनर हवा में खुला था, यानी कि which was exposed to air, had growth of microorganisms. This further helped to disprove abiogenesis. Here you can see in the image that the first one is covered and the second is uncovered. The covered one had no growth and the uncovered one had heavy microbial growth. Francisco Redi. He was an Italian poet physician. He tested hypothesis of spontaneous generation. He kept meat in jars. 3 jars open to air, there were maggots. 3 jars sealed, no maggots. 3 jars fine necked, no maggots. He concluded after that spontaneous generation did not still occur. Here you can see that the first one is covered and there is no growth. The second one is with gauze and there is maggots. And flask open, there are maggots. John Needham. He was Irish priest. He said microbes spontaneously generated. The evidence was he heated the chicken soup and poured into the flask, then covered the flask, and the microbes appeared. Here you can see the Needham's experiment. Lazzaro Spallanzani. He said that Needham's broth got contaminated after heating. Evidence was chicken soup poured into flask, covered the flask, then heated soup. Microbes did not appear. Here is the image of Needham's experiment. Spontaneous generation, production of new living organism without parent. This was given by Pauchet. Requirements: a solid organic substance just after death, air containing life force, and water. Biogenesis. This concept was proposed by German scientist Virchow in 1858. He had no evidence. Biogenesis or the cell theory. Cells can only arise from pre-existing cells. Now, what is cell theory? All organisms composed of one or more cells. Cells are smallest living things. Cells arise only from previously existing cells. Thus, all organisms are descendants of first cell. Simply अगर हम कहें तो पुराने सेल में से ही नए सेल आएंगे, अपने आप कोई सेल नहीं आ जाएगा. Schwann's experiment. Broth was heated in flask. Then air heated. Then after, air and broth both were mixed. There was no growth. But Pauchet argued that life force was destroyed. It was disproved by Schwann, Frederick Schroeder and von Dusch in 1830s that air allowed to enter flask but only after passing through heated tube or sterile wood. John Tyndall, omission of dust, but there was no growth, demonstrated heat-resistant form of bacteria, that is endospores, which are resistant to heat. Louis Pasteur disproved spontaneous generation of microbes by preventing dust particles from reaching the sterile broth. In 1861, complete experiment that lays to rest spontaneous generation. He showed microbes caused fermentation and spoilage. Here is the Pasteur's experiment. He boiled and waited. There was no growth. Second was he boiled, then break the neck, and so when it was exposed, there was a growth. Academy of Sciences 1860 award for solution in winner is Louis Pasteur confirmed experiments of Redi and Schwann. Filtration experiments. Air filtered through gun cotton. Dissolved gun cotton examined the residue that contained microbes and dust. The conclusion was microbes in the dust, it is not present in the air. Swan and neck flask experiment. First, add broth to the flask. Then, bend the neck of the flask in a way that air can enter but dust cannot. Then, heat the broth. There will be no bacterial growth. Now, break the neck of the flask so that the dust enters and so the growth occurs. Here is the image of swan neck flask experiment. You can clearly observe what he did. Thank you and keep watching the Science Hub.